I just, a quick plug, there are great things going on at the Academy. For many of you, this is an opportunity to reconnect with Battleground Academy, and maybe it's a spot you haven't been back to in a while. Our enrollment is up, 20 students this year for the first time in 10 years. We've had an increase in enrollment. Scores are fabulous from our students, AP, ACTs. The scholarship dollars that our students are earning, the access to colleges that they have is remarkable. I would just tell you that great things are going on at the Academy. We would love to have you come see us. Would love to have you come for a visit. So if we can ever host you, please let us know. As I saw the slide this morning, I started to think about, and part of it I will admit was hearing the incredible tributes to David Medlin yesterday, and the remarkable life that he lived that was cut short. But I began to think about what would I say to that 18-year-old if I could go back and talk to him. And I thought, first and foremost, do your best to live a godly life and treat others incredibly well with respect and dignity. First, because it's right. And secondly, because you never know when those people are going to re-enter your life and how they'll affect you. Today, we honor people who have done just that. They've done things at a remarkably high level. They've treated people incredibly well along the way of their success. And in doing so, they've recognized the Academy's influence on their lives. And it's a remarkable achievement to be put into the Hall of Fame, and it's incredibly special, but I think it's indicative of the lives that they've lived. One of my favorite things in the world is to get to tell people that they're in the Hall of Fame. Most people immediately assume that they're going to be asked for money. I don't know what that says about me, but as soon as I call them, they think they're going to be asked for money. But when I tell them they're going into the Hall of Fame, the first thing is, of course, just how much it means to them. And then immediately after that, they're shocked. They're surprised. Maybe not DeBow. I think he thought he should have been in about 5 years ago. But everybody else is no. It is remarkable to see the humility and how much it means to them. They are so excited to be included in this group, and it just touches my heart to see how much being a part of the Academy has meant to them in their lives. So with that, I welcome you, and I please join me in welcoming our alumni president, Ms. Dina Hood. Thank you.
I am incredibly proud to be a member of this board and to be a graduate and now a parent of VGA. And you would think, looking at that picture, I would have tremendous feelings of nostalgia. Instead, all I can think is big hair, really big hair. I want to congratulate all of our inductees today. Some of you may be asking, how was I nominated and why was I selected? And Ms. Marshall, no. We did not think you were about to die, and we wanted to give you an award while you were still living. She actually asked me that. I'd like to recognize the selection committee. If you're here, please stand up. Anyone? Thank you. Yeah. I want to thank you for your diligent and deliberate process and debate in which you engaged to come up with these slate of nominees. The standards and guidelines in which the selection committee measures the worthiness of a candidate are vigorous and strict. To each of our inductees, you have been selected because you have demonstrated that you are worthy of this distinction. We are honored to recognize you for your talent, your success, and your accomplishments. And you're also in very distinguished and elite company. If you are a current member of the Hall of Fame, please stand so we can recognize you as well. There are a few others that I'd like to recognize before we get on to the main attraction. And I want to start with our Board of Trustees. If you are here and able to be with us, we are happy to have our chairman here, Tyler Berry, class of '87. I've been privileged to sit in on some of the meetings of the Board of Directors. And whereas I could report many accolades from this group, I want to tell you that BGA is in excellent health under their leadership. This is a thoughtful, wise group of people who are committed to the success and growth of BGA. There are two things that I want to tell you that's remarked upon me. First, they changed our mission statement to ignite and nurture student curiosity, intellect, and character. And that is a powerful statement that is pervasive through all areas through BGA, and I hope today we're going to show you a little bit of that. And then second, they hired Will Kessler. Great decision. I've gotten to know Will over the last 3 years, and in my opinion, there are many qualities I could tell you about Will, but the two most prominent are, first, his passion. He is all in for this school. I don't want you to have any doubt. He is all in every day for the success, for the school, and for the students. And he, not just he, but his family, I want to recognize Julie too. Please. They worked tirelessly for this school, and particularly this week at homecoming. They've been a very busy family, so we want to thank you for all that you do. The passion to ignite and nurture student curiosity, intellect, and character is, as I said, pervasive and comes down to our teachers. And I know we have several teachers and former teachers here, so if you'll stand, we want to recognize you. Finally, I want to recognize our alumni board. Thank you so much for serving with me and for your time that you've committed, particularly at homecoming. We've had a lot to do this week. And then I also want to give a special thanks to Kristen Napier, who is the Director of Alumni Relations. Where's Kristen? She has done such an excellent job this week of not only just planning all of these alumni events, but I have watched her and the personal touches that she does and the contacts she makes. She really makes you feel like coming back to BGA is coming back home. So we appreciate you. Now my favorite part of this job is I get to introduce our speaker today. Last year, I was asked to introduce our speaker, and I'll admit, I was a little nervous. I have known Mike for a long time. We went to school together. I wanted to do a good job. I channeled Dr. Eason. I came up with a theme. I practiced. I talked about the pillars of BGA, of scholarship and character and excellence. I thought it went pretty well. People laughed when I wanted them to laugh. I felt good when I turned it over to Mike. The first thing Mike said was, "Welcome to my last Hall of Fame induction. Thank you, Dina Hood." That hurt, Mike. I've thought about it. I've thought about it over the last year of where I went wrong, what I could do better. And I've come to the conclusion that, Mike, it could have been worse. For instance, when I talked last year about scholarship, I couldn't remember if Mike was a scholar or not. So I pulled the 1986 Cannonball, and as I was going through the senior pages of his classmates, whereas his classmates quoted biblical passages and inspirational quotes from great philosophers, Mike quoted himself. Now, Mike, I didn't read your quote last year. It could have been worse. So I decided this year that I'm just going to focus on excellence because certainly Mike has reached a degree of excellence in his profession. As you know, Mike is a graduate 1986. In 1987, he started working for the Vol Network. He went on to work for WIVK Radio and WBIR TV in Knoxville. And then in 1998, he became the voice of the Tennessee Titans. This is his, yeah. This is his 20th year of play calling for the Titans, and during that time, he has earned the reputation as one of the NFL's most exciting play callers. He has been named the Tennessee Sportscaster of the Year 11 times and has won over 20 Associated Press awards and 2 national honors, including the industry's most prestigious Edward Murrow Award for nationwide excellence in sports reporting. Then, in January of 2000, there was this.
So 16 seconds to play. Bills 16, Titans 15. Kevin Dyson is deep with Ike Bird. Do the Titans have a miracle left in them in what has been a magical season to this point? If they do, they need it now. Christie kicks it high and short. Going to be fielded by Lorenzo Neal at the 25. Pitches it back to Wycheck. He throws it across the field to Dyson.
He's got something.
30,
He's got
40,
something.
50,
He's got it.
40,
He's got it.
20, 10.
He's got it.
End zone. Touchdown Titans. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle. Tennessee has pulled a miracle. A miracle for the Titans.
Now that's a way to start off a Saturday morning brunch. ESPN named Mike's description of the Music City Miracle as one of the 10 best radio calls in American sports history. So please join me in welcoming BGA alum, Board of Trustee member, and my friend, Mike Keith.
We've got a new alumni board president next year, right? And I'd like to start off by thanking Mr. McElroy for teaching me to count by 10s and 5s. I appreciate that. Comes in handy every Sunday. This is awesome. I think this is one of the biggest crowds that we have ever had. And Dina, thank you for the introduction, and so excited to see everybody here. This is a great day. And it's a time where we get to share in the excellence of our graduates, but maybe even more importantly, the families get to enjoy the moments, and we get to enjoy fellowship with teachers and administrators and parents and friends that we don't often get to see. The BGA Hall of Fame induction ceremony brings together a cross-section of people that aren't often around one another, and so it's really, really special. Like, for example, this morning, hundreds, literally hundreds of FOGs, Friends of Glenda. They are in attendance. Members of the self-proclaimed greatest class in BGA history, 1957. If you don't believe them, just ask them. And also, probably the greatest collection of women's soccer players in the same room that BGA has ever had. It's an amazing thing. So let's give them a big hand for all being here this morning. We began the program, and we take just a minute, and it's with sadness that we read the names of 10 members of the BGA Hall of Fame who have passed since our last induction. And I'm going to read the names, and then we're going to pause for just a moment of silence. Coach Ralph Brown, 1949. Sports Hall of Fame, 2007. Alumni Hall of Fame, 2012. Yes, he was so good he was inducted twice. James A. Burchett II, class of 1958. Alumni Hall of Fame, 2012. Coach Dennis Gibson, Faculty Hall of Fame, 2012. William W. Harlan Jr., class of 1949. Alumni Hall of Fame, 1998. William E. Isaacs, class of 1949, Sports Hall of Fame, 2011. John M. McCord Jr., Class of 1958, Sports Hall of Fame, 2010. David B. Medlin, Class of 1996, Distinguished Young Alumnus, 2006. Van B. Montague, Class of 1943, Sports Hall of Fame, 1995. Robert N. Moore, Jr., Class of 1952, Alumni Hall of Fame, 2008. Dr. J. Dudley Pewitt, Class of 1948, Alumni Hall of Fame, Class of 2011. If you would, observe a moment of silence in their honor right now. Thank you. We start our induction ceremony with our Distinguished Young Alumnus of the Year, Kanu Kashal, Class of 2002. Kanu Kashal, Class of 2002, is being honored for his success in the business world as founder, partner, and CEO at Senior Solutions Home Care.